Hey, what is up, everybody? This is your boy AJTRIP, and welcome to AJTRIP's Video Game Talk. So, in this video, we're going to talk about the things that are in College Football 26 and that are in Madden 26 that should be in the other game. So there are things that are in Madden 26 that aren't in College Football 26 that need to be in College Football 26 and vice versa. And we're going to talk about, I think there's 3 or 4 things here that we can talk to you about. Okay, so we're going to do that, and then yeah, well, well, hopefully EA Sports will hear us. Scott Gallagher will somehow, find this and get it, or somebody from EA will find this and get it, and this can be this can be in the games next year. So let's go ahead and let's start the show. So let's start with Madden and 26, and it's about the stuff that's in Madden 26 that should be in college football. This is going on to next year. So they added a new feature this year in Madden 26, which is play sheets, and this was awesome. This is awesome. So what this did was this let you add some plays to your playbook that could help you against the team. So you can have things like, it had everything from power run stuff to like air raid stuff and pistol, and they even had like triple option stuff that you had in there. These play sheets, and then they had something like defense, like blitzing and everything like that. And man, it was so great that this is something that I'm looking for in College Football 26, because I like to play a certain way, and because college football has gone to this like spread option type, or spread offense type of thing, you don't really get a lot of pro style or a lot of under center stuff. I mean, you really don't, and I think that's one of the reasons why I think quarterbacks kind of fail when they get into the league. They've done all their stuff out of shotgun, and then you get into pros. Now you have to go under center. You have to be comfortable turning your back to the defense on play action passes, and you have to do all of that stuff. And now the NFL has incorporated some of the spread stuff into the game. Question, there is a lot more. There used to be a time where you only did shotgun on third down, on third and long. you go to shotgun on third and long, or maybe you go into shotgun during your 2 minute offense, right? When you're trying to score in the last 2 minutes of the half. But now there are definitely times now when you could see a drive where the quarterback doesn't get under center once, and that is amazing. And you just never saw that in the NFL. But still, for the main things, for most of them though, you still have to get under center for a lot of them, for a lot of these offenses. And I think that's great. It's one of the problems I have had. I'm a big Notre Dame fan, and one of the problems I've had with the Notre Dame offense in real time, in real life, I should say, is that they are having problems on short yardage and in the red zone. And one of the reasons why is because they don't go under center. it's 4th and 2, you know, and you're not going under the center. You're in the shotgun, and you're gonna try to play power football on the shotgun. I'm sorry, you can't do it. You just can't really do it. You need to get under center. And one of the things that tripped me out on this past weekend's game against Pittsburgh, like it was one of those things where it was like 4th and 1 from like the goal line or something like that, you know, and they ran a shotgun run, and it was ridiculous, and it didn't work, and it didn't lose it. But then, like a quarter later, when Pittsburgh gets stopped at the 1 yard line on 4th down, and they go under center to do a tush push to try to get some breathing room. Well, why in the hell you didn't do that when you was going the other way, trying to go into the goal line instead of going into the end zone instead of coming out of the end zone? It was just frustrating me. But anyway, since a lot of offense, like even the offenses that would be considered to be in kind of pro style or kind of other things, it's still like shotgun. Like, so, so I would like to have like college football to have those type of play sheets. Except, you know, I think in pro, in Madden game, it's weekly. You can change them out from week to week, and I understand it because there are different types that you need to do. Right? You can, you know, just maybe 1 week you're facing a defense is better against the run pass, so you want to do like a little more spread air raid stuff, you know, shotgun wide or everything like that. Or maybe the next week you're gonna play someone who's better against a pass, so you want to add more run or something like that, whatever. But I think the college game was different. The college game, I think because of the fact that they do have all these other different types of, you know, styles of offense and things like that. That, you know, that the play sheets should just be, you know, should stick. The play sheets should stick. It should be just season long. So if you want to add air raid stuff, or you want to add a 2-minute stuff, or you want to add power run stuff, or anything like that, that stays for the entire season. Same thing like with on defense. If you want to add like blitzings and or a 4-3 formation, 3-4 formation, run stop formations, whatever. You have those in the game for the entire dynasty season, dynasty franchise season, whatever. So that's what I would say. So I think play sheets, they have to be in college football 27. They just have to be. And going on with that, another thing that Madden has added was the weekly recaps and halftime shows. So they now have Scott Hansen manning the halftime show during the game. They go to Scott Hansen and they even go so far as to give you highlights of the game. It's actually cool. It's no thing to talk about 3 games, and it's really fun. And even sometimes he talks about National Tight End Day, and he talks about, I think he says thank you to the veterans, you know, on one game or 1 week, and he does all these other things. So yeah, we add weekly recaps. That'd be interesting. And so what they do already is, like on college football, is that they have Kevin Connors give you updates on games that are already that are happening, which is fine. It does come off kind of stilted, you know, when he comes up, because it's always, you know, it doesn't feel right. It doesn't feel like this is not actual part of the game. It's like they actually just stuck it in there. So they need to find out a better way of doing that. But what they could do is, instead of doing that, is on the halftime of the game, go to Kevin Connors and let Kevin Connors talks about the games that are happening around the same time, or games that happened early in the day or whatever, with highlights. I think that would be awesome. And then actually, when the week is over, you can get weekly recaps as well. And Scott Hansen on Madden does that. And I think the same thing could happen for College Football 26. Have Kevin Connors talk about the games this past week. The three big games of the week that that you want to see a recap of and see exactly what happened and things like that. So that would be awesome. So yeah, I think you can add um, you add play sheets where play sheets are season long. Well, you know, while in the Madden is week to week, in college football it'd be season long. If you can add halftime shows and if you can add weekly recaps, I think right there you've upgraded college football 27 to an amazing level. And let me just throw this in here as well. If someone from EA or is listening, I'm talking about the play sheets, and I think I think that would be awesome. But I also still think what I would like to see is the upgrade of the playbook in both Madden and College Football 27. Let's find a better way to create a playbook. I think in Madden, I think if you're gonna create a playbook, and I think not only do you have to create a playbook, but I would also think during the franchise, you've got to add like the first 15. These are the first 15 plays that we're going to run. If you want to add that in there, so I think that's got to be it. But that's another topic for another game. So yeah, so for Madden, we've got the play sheets, the halftime show, and the weekly recap. This should all be in Madden 27. Not Madden. Actually, let me say it right. Yes, it should be in Madden 27, but it should also be in College Football 27. Now, there's only one or two things here in college football that need to be in Madden. So let's talk about those. So really quick here, realignment. In college football 26, you can realign the conferences. You can, do things and have all those other things. You can, if you want to put Michigan in the SEC, or if you want to put Notre Dame in the Big 12, or you want to put USC back in the Pac-12, whatever. There's realignment. And I think you should be able to do that for Madden. If you have realignment, so that and listen, we're not gonna go balls to the wall, but maybe you don't want to put Indianapolis and you don't want to put Indianapolis and in the AFC South where they're nowhere near the South, or things like that. Why I don't know why Miami's not in the South and Indianapolis is in the Big East or the North or whatever. So you can do like that, and also maybe take a bit of a thing from NBA 2K. In NBA 2K, you can add teams. Like they have 30 teams, you can add another 6 teams to make 36 teams. Maybe what you can do is you can add 4 more teams, making that a 36 team league, and then you can do the things where you can realign the conferences, bring back the East, West, and North or Central, things like that, and then so there are things like that that I think you can do. But I would just say realignment seems like a thing that you can do in Madden that College Football 26 does. But I think the big thing, the one thing I saw missing was the wear and tear auto subs. Wear and tear came into College Football 25 when they brought the game back last year, and I thought it was a tremendous effect of wear and tear. And then this year they improved it even more by adding the ability to do on the fly subbing and everything like that. So it was just a wonderful thing. And then of course Madden took that this year and they've added wear and tear to their to their game, to their thing. But then the one thing they don't have is they don't have the auto subs. You can't like change the fact that when somebody needs to go in or go out when they get like wear and tear on them and things like that. Like if you want to keep them fresh or if you want to grind it out with people, they don't have that, but they have it on College Football 26. So I really think that Madden needs to take needs to give it and add the wear and tear auto subs next year to Madden 27. Um, because I think that's a fun thing, and I think the on the fly subs have been tremendous. I think there's probably like another way that you can do that. It's a better way than just hitting the up, because we've been so used to changing the view from the up on the D-pad. I think there's another way you can do it, and I also think there's a way that you can do it so that you can sub them in and out of the thing, so that you can even maybe you can even see them. And this might be for both games, but you can either see them running on and off the field as you sub or change formations or anything like that. I think that would be a good look for both games as well. But yeah, I think you've got to add the wear and tear auto subs to um, to Madden 27 from college football. That's a big thing. Um, so yeah, there you have it. Those are the things that I would like to see in both from one game to the next. The stuff in Madden into college football and vice versa, stuff that's in college football that you like to see in Madden. Post your comments down below. Tell me what you guys think. Let me know what you guys think. Do you think I missed anything? Do you have any ideas? Let me know down in the comment section. Like the video, share the video, subscribe to the channel. And as always, thank you guys so much for watching. This is your boy AJTRIP signing off. As always, be good to each other, y'all. Be careful out there. And I am out.